Real talk, real people. Rooster AM with Ryan Nelson.
Ladies and gentlemen, do we have a treat today here at Rooster AM? My friend Eric Layton is here. I met him when he was about 13, 14 years old on a street corner. He was playing Guns N' Roses, shredding it to Slash. And when I heard it, I thought to myself, that sweet child of mine, that song that Slash played, I did not ever think I could hear someone play it better than him, and I did. His name was Eric. Now today he is out touring with some of the upcoming country stars, even rock singers all over. Holly Beth, Lance Roark, the Turnpike Troubadours, Koe Wetzel, and right now he's playing guitar for Cam Allen, upcoming star, new album coming out, incredible album. Just listen to it. I'm here in studio today with that child prodigy himself, Eric Layton.
What's going on, man? Appreciate you having me out.
What's going on with you?
Just glad to be here. Just got done with a long weekend at church and gigging like usual, and yeah.
Life Church.
Yeah,
Life Church. That's cool. So you've been on the road.
Yeah.
How long has it been?
Oh my gosh, it's been a long time, man. We've been out pretty much every weekend for the last year. I've counted 5 weekends off.
Yeah, I've been waiting for you. I've been like, man, when's he going to come back by and try to steal one of my watches?
Oh man, I'm plotting on it, man.
Yeah,
I'm plotting on it.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Man. So before we get too far in, we'll talk about music and other things here in a little bit, but I just wanted to share real quickly about kind of how we met. And I remember I went to a bar. Well, I saw you on the street. That was the first time I saw you.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this kid's legit. So I tried to figure out where you were going to play next. We found out. So I went over there and I was sitting in there with your dad. And I had a beer with your dad.
Yeah.
Got me in trouble because I was a pastor. But hey, I think it got me fired later. So technically, when I got fired, it was your fault.
Yeah. Hey, that's pretty rock star though.
It is rock star. A pastor getting fired, drinking beer with another rock star. So, but that happened, and so it was pretty cool. Your dad has been such a big help to you.
Oh yeah. No, he is my biggest supporter for sure.
From the very beginning.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, he's the reason why I'm here doing this thing.
Yeah. So that's how I met you, and you came and started playing with the worship band.
Yeah.
And then of course you evolved out of that because you were way better than our worship band. Like,
oh, I wouldn't say that.
I mean, you were way better. It was like, yeah, how long are we going to be able to keep him around?
Oh,
I had to do a lot of magic.
Hey, I had a blast though.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I mean, everybody said it was too loud. I didn't think it was loud enough.
That's just how my dad and I do it, man.
Yeah, go loud. Be loud and proud.
Yep.
So, sitting back in when you first started playing, what made you start playing guitar?
I would have to give props to my dad again, man. I was young, and growing up, my dad would always have his band over. He had like a little metal band that he used to jam with just for fun. They never did
80s band or like more like a Tool.
Tool is a perfect way to, like, literally a perfect way to describe it. By the way, Tool is such a great band.
But I look at your dad and I think he probably likes Tool.
Yeah. I grew up listening to Tool and Avenged Sevenfold, all that stuff. But yeah, man, they used to come over all the time, jam. I would watch my dad play drums. I was like, man, I want to be like my dad. I want to be a drummer. Looking today, I never picked up drums, but it was a gateway into wanting to play instruments and stuff. So I was like 8 or 9 years old, and my dad had bought me a drum set for my birthday. It was really his drum set that he bought himself, but it was a way of being like, hey, Eric, I bought you a whole drum set. You should pick it up, jam it out. And so I did for like a year or two, and just tried it out. Definitely was not good. But then I saw my grandpa jam some guitar. He's a guitar player. Yeah. And man, that just made me want to pick up a guitar. Like, I've never felt that inspired to actually pick up an instrument and play it. Drums were cool because I saw my dad playing it. I'm like, man, that'd be really cool to play. But I saw my grandpa jamming the guitar, and I was just like, man, that is cool. And so I think I just hit him up one day and was like, hey man, you have any extras? You know, and he was like, yeah, of course, because it's trying to help out, support. So I picked up my first guitar when I was 10. Um, no musical experience before that. I picked up drums, but I mean, I was just beating on random stuff, thinking that I'm good when I'm not. But yeah, man, that's kind of when it all started.
And I think if I remember right, I think you were telling me that when you were going to school, you didn't really fit in with a lot of the people.
No.
And so you kind of went home and you had your outlet.
Yeah, middle school was the roughest time, man. And it's crazy how many other musicians tour and play with that say the same thing. Um, yeah, I just had the toughest time. People, made fun of me. I had the long hair. I don't know if you remember that.
The red curly, it was iconic.
Yep, carrot top.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, nobody in middle school thought that. It's understandable, But yeah, man, I just did that. I did the whole long hair, leather jacket to school. Always brought my guitar with me. Yeah, and so when I got home, I had to have an outlet. So I would just practice guitar, all day long.
You ever think of that Toby Keith song? How do you like me now?
Oh yeah.
Now that I'm on my way.
Man, rest in peace to the legend.
Yeah, I know that was just recent. That was sad.
Yeah.
And and everybody saw it coming, but I didn't really believe it when it happened.
Yeah, right. And there's always that hope you have.
Toby Keith's not dead. He's got to be. He still is alive, though, in the radio, isn't he?
Radio and it shows, man.
Yeah, that's so cool. That is so cool. So when you were learning to play, what was the first riff that you where you were like...
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's kind of a niche thing. Have you ever heard of the Arctic Monkeys?
Oh my goodness! Yes.
Okay.
All right. Hold on. Before we go to the Arctic Monkeys, I was going to share. I was going to have you share with me your 10 favorite. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to share you with my top 3. Okay. Oasis, Arctic Monkeys.
No way.
Black Keys.
Oh my gosh, man! All right. So, Are You Mine? The Arctic Monkeys. What a cool riff. Of course, I'm 10 years old, thinking, man. If I learn this riff, I'm gonna have the world in front of me. It's just that cool of a riff. Of course, I learned it, and I was like, oh, everything's still the same. Yeah. And my guitar is still playing like crap. I don't know. I got a beater guitar for my first guitar. I honestly think every guitar player should get a beater guitar for their first guitar. It's just iconic, man. Yeah. I mean, it's just a good way to see if you really want to play, and you'll look back at it and be like, man, I played a beater for the first time. Kind of like getting a beater car, and fixing it up. Then it makes you appreciate the nicer stuff later on.
Yeah, like the one you got behind you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my newest purchase.
Yeah, I just want everybody to know he brought that to Rooster AM as a gift today.
Yep. Gifted to Ryan Nelson. Especially yours, man.
He's lying.
I had 3 days with it, and I'm like, you know what? I should give it to Ryan.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. That's awesome.
But Are You Mine, man? Such a cool riff, and yeah, I just really wanted to learn it, jam it, and once I learned that, I'm like, man, if you actually practiced it, put the time in, it's easier than I thought it was going to be.
To play the guitar?
Yeah, you just have to practice.
That's how a Prodigy talks. You know what I'm saying? It was easy. I picked it as Beethoven wrote his first symphony by the time he was 9 or something. You're like, oh, it's nothing.
I'll tell you what, though, man. I tried learning some Metallica after that, and I was like, yeah, okay, this is going to have to blow.
Master of Puppets.
Oh, I think it was
The Lightning.
No, man, it was off the Black album. Nothing Else Matters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna need a little extra practice. But yeah, man, Are You Mine? Great riff, and honestly, that's what motivated me to play guitar and practice.
Really, Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah,
I love Arctic Monkeys. I love them. They do not make a bad song.
No, man.
You play it from front to back, and you're like, it's good. I'm really showing a lot of myself right now because a lot of people are probably watching, going, he's a pastor? Yes, I'm a pastor, and I like the Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah.
I like Oasis. Now, here's one that recently is, and was the Black Keys. Yeah. I didn't listen to them when they came out. like they just weren't on my list to listen to. And then over the past couple months, I started playing it, and I got this list from Spotify. So this isn't really what, if you ask me, what are your favorite bands like of all time? I would say things because you're supposed to say them, you know, like these are the best. It's like the best movie of all time.
Yeah.
Citizen Kane. Is it though? Like how many times have you watched it? You know, so it's like, so Spotify gave me things showing me the bands I've listened to the most since I've had a Spotify account. And I was like, okay, what are they? And it was Oasis was number one, Arctic Monkeys, Black Keys, White Stripes. This one's going to probably be just weird. The Refreshments.
Oh.
Do you know who they are?
No.
They sing that song Banditos, you know, goes, you know, well, just how far down do you want to go? We can
like punk?
Talk it out over a cup of Joe. I don't. It's like Arizona rock.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different.
The Refreshments.
Yeah,
With a name like that, it's got to be Arizona rock.
Yeah,
or punk rock.
it is. It's very Arizona. And then you have Coldplay. They were on there.
Oh yeah.
The Killers, Nirvana, Wallflowers, and then two of them popped up at the end, really close to each other: Matchbox 20 and Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
So that was my 10. What would be yours? When I look at you, I automatically think Guns N' Roses. I don't know why. Probably because that's what I heard you play. But go for it.
Yeah.
Tell me, rattle off a few that you just like.
Oh man, Van Halen right off the bat. There's no specific album, but Van Halen is just a guitar legend. You know, he was such a huge inspiration for me. You know, every guitar player has that phase where they just want to shred. You know, like just play as fast as you can. And Van Halen, you know, he pretty much innovated shredding. You know, and tapping. You know, I don't know if you've ever seen like guitar players tapping on a fretboard. And so that'd probably be honestly top 5 for me. He's just so dang good. And then ton of like grunge bands from the 90s, like Nirvana, Pearl Jam. Those two bands are, you know, a huge inspiration. And then John Mayer.
Yeah.
It's kind of a controversial opinion. You know, some people look at John Mayer, they're like, oh, you know, he's kind of poppy. But dude, he is such a good guitar player, man. Good. Yeah, good guitar player.
Good watch collection.
I was about to say, he's got a heck of a collection.
Yeah. I saw that episode. I was like, I'm not even close to him.
Yeah.
He's got some solid watches.
Yeah. I want to steal him one day. And his guitars.
Yeah, I think he did. You? I think I heard this is that he bought one from like a real dealer and they found out it was fake, and then he bought one like in an alleyway and it was real.
Yeah.
Like it was like this guy bought 2 watches. One was a fake, one was real, and you would have thought it was the other way around.
Right. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. So we got those bands, and then right now you're playing a lot of country.
Yes, and I definitely have some country inspirations too. Brad Paisley, he's got the prettiest guitar. It's the best looking guitar I've ever seen. It's a Telly, just like that. But I'll have to show you a picture later. Okay. It's just so dang cool looking, man.
Hey, you show me the picture, I'll pop it up on the screen.
Heck yeah. But yeah, man, Brad Paisley. You know, anytime I listen to some George Strait, he's always got some killer guitar leads going, and then pedal steel. So
this will make people really mad because, you know, whatever he did with the Bud Light thing. But like my mind, when I looked at the Spotify for the country, it was Garth Brooks, George Strait, Johnny Cash. And this one's going to throw people into left field. Roger Miller. Do you know Roger Miller?
No, I know.
He's old. He's really old.
Yeah.
And then Owen Temple. He's a Texas country. And then Old Crow Medicine Show. You know?
I actually don't. No, I'm not as familiar as I should be with old country.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is pretty old. Like, I think, well, see, I don't think it's old, but my wife does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like those are old. That's old country. It's like
80s,
90s, you know. Is it old?
To
like,
me, yeah.
See, when I think old country, I think 60s, like Hank Williams, 70s. You're like, that's ancient.
That's ancient.
Messed up. You're calling me old is what you're doing. When was your, this was probably the Black Keys song, your light bulb moment where you like were playing and you realized, okay, this sounds really arrogant. When were you playing and you realized, dang, I'm better than everybody else? What song was that?
Oh my gosh, man. You know what? I'll tell you this. There's two songs that when I got them down, I felt a huge sense of pride because they were really tough to get down, at least for me. That's interesting about guitar playing is one thing that might be tough for me might be really easy for somebody else. But Tighten Up by the Black Keys. Once I learned that song, I just had a huge sense of, pride and accomplishment. Because on guitar, you do these bar chords where you have to bar all the strings with your index plus use these three, and you have to give enough pressure to hit all the notes. And that song that was actually my first introduction to bar chords was Tighten Up by the Black Keys.
And that's a hard one.
That's actually a pretty tough one, man. Yeah. If you've never played those types of chords, it's not easy. And then the other song, I was with my dad at this time, and he had actually made a comment like, man, I think you're actually serious about guitar playing. I'm like, yeah, I think so. It was Sunshine of Your Love. You ever heard that by Cream?
Well, I've heard Cream,
Yeah.
so I probably heard. I'd know it if I heard it.
Yeah.
Chloe probably knows. She knows every single song ever written. You know it. I'm sure you do. Yeah. She knows every. I'm not kidding.
Oh, man, I'm not surprised.
I can pull a song out of the 70s and 80s and play it. And I'm like, there's no way she's going to know this. And she'll know every single word. And you're like, how do you remember? Some people have photographic memory.
Yeah, opposite of what I have.
She has it with music. She can hear a song one time and remember everything. And I don't know how she does it.
That's probably why, she's a heck of a musician too.
Yeah, she can play that piano.
Yeah, she can. I'm jealous of it.
Yeah, so I was listening earlier today to the Cam Allen.
Yeah.
What do you think, man? He's something.
He is something.
So what do I got to do to get him up here?
Oh man, you know what? I might just shoot him a call after this.
Don't shoot him a call right now.
Shoot him a call right now?
Yeah, let's just call him. Let's call him.
Right.
Yeah, let's see if we get him. We'll just call him right now and say, Cam, I'm here. I want you to come up. Man, no joke. That Carolina Reaper song, Sledgehammer, Kick Me Out.
That's great songs. Yep. I'm FaceTiming him. See if he's in bed. It's 2:50.
See if he's in bed. He's been rocking out.
What's up, man? Hey, I'm here on this podcast with Ryan Nelson.
Hey, what's up? I just want to. What do I got to do to get you up here? Because I'm telling you, I'm falling in love with your music.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Where are you at?
I'm in Enid, Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah, I can come up there whenever.
Yeah, we're live right now. So I just I just want to say I was playing through it, and I was telling Eric, I was like, man, what an incredible artist coming up. Carolina Reaper, Daydream was good, but Carolina Reaper was probably my favorite. Sledgehammer was good. Kick Me Out was good. In a Hometown was good. I was like, does he make a bad song?
Nope.
And I didn't find a bad song. I'm a fan. All right. So I want you to come up.
Well, thank you. Yeah. If not, just have Eric give you all my information and stuff, and we'll figure it out.
Let's do it.
Hey, you guys hear that live right now? It's a done deal. He can't back out now, or he'll be known as a quitter.
Yeah.
And I'll. What's your favorite drink? I'll have it.
Yep.
Oh man. Oh, maybe just like a nice little vodka Sprite with a lime.
Vodka Sprite with a lime. I'll have it.
All right.
Thank you, man.
Hey, I'll chat you later, brother.
Cool, all right, bro.
All right, bye. Cam Allen, everybody.
Yeah. Oh, that was pretty cool. I mean, who would have thought we'd have had him on today?
Right.
I'd play his music, but then we get copyrighted and kicked off YouTube and stuff, so you can't, do that. But everybody needs to go check it out.
Yeah, just Cam Allen.
Go to your Spotify or whatever, YouTube, Cam Allen. He's amazing, and he is now going to be on the show.
Yeah.
Because I just, put him on the spot. That's what you do.
Yeah. You got peer pressure.
No peer pressure. We're live right now, and you said okay. You don't want to be known as a quitter.
That's funny.
So any wild road trip stories you got?
Yeah. Let me think.
We gotta keep them PG-13.
Yeah, I was gonna say I gotta think about this. It gets wild out on the road. It does. We've broke down a ton of times. I think we've put 3 tires on in the last 6 months. So that's just our luck. But no, man, we always have a good time out on the road. Funny stories. I mean, every weekend, man, it's a blast. You know.
Man, I'd love to. I'm gonna have to come watch. I can now.
Yeah, man. Hey, come hop in the bus with us.
On the bus? That would be awesome.
Bus with us, dude.
Can I hop in the bus with them, wife? Would you be okay with that?
Both of y'all come. Come on.
Putting her on the spot right now. It's just like, yeah. Plus, we
do have a kid.
Yeah, we do have a kid.
Bring him.
Yeah, we're just gonna bring the whole family. I mean, why not? We just hung out with movie stars. Let's go hang out with some rock stars.
You know, we could do Cam Allen band podcast. You know,
Bring the whole band.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool.
Dude, that'd be sick. Yeah. Or we could bring you on the bus with all this equipment. We can do a podcast in the bus.
Yeah, I'll do each one, each person, and that'll be a good time.
Heck yeah.
And then we can sit around and we can write that song. You know, that song I got, the water to wine.
Dude,
Write that song and I'll let Cam Allen sing it, but he don't get credit for it.
Hey man, it's all yours, dude. You wrote the thing.
It's pretty awesome.
Oh man, I remember hearing it back in the day, dude.
Yeah, I've been holding on to that for a while.
Yeah, saving it for something special.
Yeah, on the Cam Allen bus ride, going somewhere. That'd be fun. Live performance. What's the one where you were like feeling the adrenaline? Was there ever a time where you almost peed yourself?
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, I almost peed myself about 3 times. Just because I'm just dumb, didn't pee before.
Oh no, I'm talking about because you're nervous.
No, it's just literally, yeah. I've literally looked at Cam a couple times. I'm like, dude, can we do like an acoustic break? And there was one time that I literally just I think we did like this. Okay, I remember now. We did this 3-song acoustic break, and we come in midway through the 3rd song, so it was a perfect time to run to the green room bathroom, and yeah, that was crazy, man. I was so thankful that came up. That's not on our set anymore, which scares me in case that happens again.
You have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, so I'm gonna talk to him about getting that back. But when it comes to adrenaline, man, I've never been so scared I'm gonna pee myself, but I've been scared for sure. You know, shaking coming up on stage. But I think a lot of people kind of confuse excitement with just being scared. You know, I think I'm just excited.
Yeah, you're jacked up. I mean, it's adrenaline. You're ready to go.
Yeah.
It's that's cool.
BOK Center. We opened up for Whiskey Myers.
I remember as a Black Keys drummer, I was hearing him in an interview one time. He said it was a live show on TV, and he goes, he just kind of had a panic attack, and he didn't remember playing, but he played perfectly well. But he doesn't remember it at all. He said he got so nervous that he kind of blacked out, just panic attack, played the whole song, walked off stage, was like, okay. I'm pretty sure it was the Black Keys.
That is interesting, man. I've never.
They're good, man. I can't believe. When I was gonna say it, I thought Eric's not gonna know who they are. You're like, that was the first song I learned on the guitar. Wait, no, it was Arctic Monkeys.
That's right.
Yeah. Honestly, both of those bands, man. That's interesting.
What is an? Well, I could probably guess a genre that people would not think that you would be playing, that you play.
Yeah, right now, like metal, like very, very hard metal, man. I love playing metal music. It's fun.
For a guitar player, it's got to be the best.
Yeah, it's a blast. Fast, Fuel, man. Yeah. I listen to a lot of pop and rap. But most
you listen to like Taylor Swift. Is that your jam?
Oh, Taylor Swift is my jam.
Is she really?
Nah, man. I respect her, man. She's great. You know, if she hit me up to play for her, I would absolutely come do it.
Well, she should.
Oh,
I mean, if you want the best, she just doesn't know it's in Oklahoma. She's, you know, if Taylor Swift knew better, she would already have you up there. But you got to stick with Cam for a while because I think he's going to be something special.
Oh man, he's a blast for sure. But going back to like, what shows have been like some of the most adrenaline fueled, shows I've played. BOK Center with Whiskey Myers. That was a pretty good amount of people. I was definitely nervous for that, but that went really well, and I was excited to be able to play that. And then Billy Bob's Texas played that with Lance Roark, and that was incredible.
Really?
Oh my gosh! But I think I get more nervous about like my amp quitting on me.
Then you're actually playing.
Yeah, because I try to practice enough to where I don't mess up too bad. I mean, everyone makes mistakes at shows. It's just the way it goes. But yeah, the thought that always comes to my mind is like, because I've definitely been on stage and I'm playing, I'm like, wait, nothing's coming through. And that's the worst, because then you gotta like bring your backup rig on stage, and like you're going by the second, because you're in your set. You can't waste no time.
Yeah.
So anytime we do these bigger shows, like arena shows, or even like Billy Bob's or something like that, I'm always nervous about that.
What about because man, I don't know. I don't play guitar, but did you play with the Turnpike Troubadours, or did you play with them, or was it a band that was with them?
So it's super cool, man. All those guys have side bands,
Yeah.
and a lot of them play with each other. And so what I can tell you about this, man, is RC Edwards and Lance Roark, they're co-writers. They actually wrote Chipping Mill. I don't know if you've ever heard that from Turnpike, which is one of the coolest things about playing for Lance Roark, was like the collaborations he was doing. But yeah, man, I actually got to jam with those guys. It was really cool.
Because their music would be hard to play. It seems like it would be hard to play. Is it hard, or is it just like it just sounds really good?
Okay, so since we just talked about nervousness, that actually might be the most nervous. We were at Diamond Stone Festival out in Tahlequah, right off the river. And yeah, I was filling in. I was with RC Edwards. And RC Edwards is the bass player for Turnpike. And I was playing bass for him. And half the songs he had written with Turnpike. And so I'm sitting here playing bass. And I'm like, man, if I screw this up.
And you don't even play bass normally.
Man, here recently I have been.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I actually just switched to guitar with Cam about like 3 weeks ago. But yeah, man, I was playing bass, and dude, talk about nervous. I was nervous, man, but it went pretty good, I'd say, man. It was fun.
I mean, for a fill-in, I can't imagine that. Like, we need you to fill in, come in and play for us, and you're like, give me your album. I'll listen to it overnight and see what I can do. Is that how it works?
Man, so it kind of depends on like how last minute it is. If it's a week or two, I'll have time to prep. They'll send me the set list, and I'll just kind of listen to all the songs, get them down. Sometimes I'll chart them out just to memorize them better. But there are times where they hit me up like a couple days, even up to a day beforehand, because they need somebody that will learn material quick. Usually when that happens, I'll put everything else off, and I will stick to my priority, which is getting this set down, which is actually what helped me score more gigs. Because I did one of those gigs where he actually hit me up a day before, and it was in Kansas, and I worked on it all night. I think I stayed up all night, and it went pretty good. Sometimes you gotta fake it like Jack White, and that helps out a lot. Trying to put on a show, it kind of distracts from the playing a little bit. But yeah, man, that went really good, and I got a couple more gigs like that because I worked hard. And
that's what I said about Jack White. What makes him genius is he knows how to sell a song.
I was gonna say, man, it's all about selling. It really is. Mm-hmm. I mean, gosh dang, there's times where if I don't know a song as well as I should, man, you just gotta be confident and act like you own it. Jack White, man.
I'm playing it this way on purpose today.
Right.
Trying something different, so don't think I'm making mistakes, because I'm not. Just gotta sell it.
Talk about Jack White, man. I saw him at Kane's Barn 2 months ago.
Nice.
Yeah, and that was actually a cool show because he's on this tour right now. I think he's in last time I saw he was in Brazil, but when he was doing these shows in the United States, he was announcing them a day before or day of. So like when I got tickets to that Canes show, he had just announced it the night before he played, and it sold out in 12 hours.
He was like, I need a little cash.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to buy a new car, so let's go sell out a show.
Yeah.
He's cool though. Like, I don't know. Do you remember when he did the little collaboration with Loretta Lynn?
Man, I don't know.
Loretta Lynn, the coal miner's daughter, the country singer, old country, like 19. I would think. I don't want to date her. Let's say 70s.
Yeah.
Probably older.
Mm-hmm.
He did a song with her, and it was awesome. It was awesome. They did it together. I was like,
I'll have to check it out.
Jack White with Loretta Lynn. Like, wow. Mm.
That's cool, man. I'll definitely have to check it out. That's good, man. You put one songwriter with another good songwriter just to make a song, man.
I'm eating this muffin, so if anybody hears me smacking,
yeah, you know what? I should take a bite of it too.
It's pretty awesome.
Pumpkin bread. Yeah.
Perfect.
Man, I bet it's good if your wife Chloe made it.
Oh, I didn't make it.
You didn't make it?
What do you
Oh
think?
man, okay.
That's
Well-
sweet of you, thank you.
stole it from the neighbors.
Well, I appreciate the great hospitality anyways with this muffin. Man, that was awesome.
Well, and I was just thinking about whenever you get prepared, is there anything that you have to? Do you have any rituals that you do that you've not? Because I know musicians are a little superstitious.
Yeah, like getting prepared day of the show or like just getting prepared.
Yeah, day of the show, like before you go on.
Yeah, like trying to hype yourself up and stuff. Yeah, man, absolutely. So, we do sound check, and then we usually have about 2 or 3 hours to just chill. Sometimes the venue will provide us a green room. And like some of my favorite things to do is just to jam with the band. Sometimes we'll bring our guitars backstage and we'll just jam and have fun. Try to put ourselves in the mood to play a show.
Yeah, loosened up.
Yeah. Other than that, man, I keep it pretty straightforward.
I think I can tell you why a lot of people want you.
Why is that, man?
And I might be talking out of turn, but a lot of musicians do drugs and drink all the time. And that's got to be just a pain in the butt.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't.
Nope.
And so, like, they know they don't have to deal with that with you.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
You play well, and I just think that what a blessing that is if you're a band and you're like, we want to fill in or we need somebody to tour with. They don't need to worry about having to pull you out of the bar at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Now, you can always do that with the singers because, singers, they all they got to do is sing.
Yeah. They always get the most trouble,
Yeah.
dude. I swear.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, man, I think that would be a reason. Plus, I believe, in the power of our Lord, and I pray for you all the time. So that's why you're going to continue. Not me, but God. He's going to take care of you. He's going to take you all the way to the top.
Oh, man.
I believe it. So, any girlfriends right now?
Yes, man. Yeah, I've been in a relationship for about a year now.
Really?
Yeah.
Same girl.
Yes.
Look at that. Look at
This is a unique rock star. Okay, one girl doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs. He plays at churches on weekends. You still play it on the weekends?
Yes, sir. Yep, every Sunday and Wednesday.
All right. Well, the girl you're with now, she better hold on to you because you're a freaking catch. If I had a daughter, I'd be like Eric's the. Go marry an Eric.
That's
Except I know you're a little bougie.
bougie.
Yeah, you're a little bougie.
What you mean by that, man?
What kind of watch are you wearing today?
I'm wearing a tag.
A tag. Yeah, you're wearing a tag watch, so you're gonna be a little expensive.
Oh,
Mm.
a little bit.
I brought some today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
I brought some. I know you like them.
Oh yeah.
So, this is the Omega, the James Bond, 1995. That's the one that's in GoldenEye. The only difference between that and the one in GoldenEye is that one doesn't shoot a laser, nor does it self-destruct.
Oh, man.
I know I wanted
Oh,
my
yeah.
money back when I realized it wouldn't shoot a laser out.
Get it modded.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. I love that.
That one's cool.
What year is this?
A 95.
95? Okay.
This is the 1980 Precision.
Oh, that's a beaut.
The Rolex.
Dude, I love, what size is this?
That is a 34.
34?
Smaller, you're not going to run into everything. It's going to go back to that. I'm telling you, the watch market's going to go back to the smaller watch.
Mm-hmm.
There was this thing in the 90s where they wanted to get bigger and bigger. I'm going to be real. I think it was because of like hip hop. You know, they started wearing the big watches and wanted the big gold, all the diamonds on it.
Yeah.
But it's getting to where now people are thinking, I think I want them to be smaller. I don't want them big because you run into everything. They're kind of in the way.
Yeah, especially Invicta big.
Invicta.
Oh my gosh.
People who have Invictus crack me up.
Yeah.
They're like, I got a deal on this watch. You have no idea.
Yeah.
It was on sale. It's normally $4,000. I got it for $47.
I like.
It was $47. That's what it was.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
It's such a fun.
the Panerai. I think you were asking about this one.
Man, yeah, that's one of my favorites you own, actually. Yep. This is one I've always had my eye on for sure.
That's a big one.
Yeah, this is the only watch this size that I actually like, you know.
I don't think you'd like playing it with your guitar though.
I don't know, man. You look at John Mayer and he wears huge watches. You know, he's got those like APs.
An AP is sweet though. If I got an AP, I would. If anyone wants to donate an AP to Rooster AM, I will happily take that. An AP or a Submariner.
Yeah, can't go wrong with one of those.
Yeah. So the way you have to realize, lady friends, and I don't know your girl's name. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a little bougie. He's going to cost you a little money.
Yeah. Hey, girlfriend, you know, if you're
He's going to have to make it. But you know, I kind of suffer from the same thing. Yeah.
well, man, we just like nice stuff.
The 1963 Chevy out in the garage.
Yeah.
I know it's not the smartest purchase in the world, but I like it.
You like it, that's all that matters,
Yeah,
man.
I like it.
People don't understand the watch thing, you know, and I don't have nearly, you know, as big or cool of a collection as you do. I do have some of your watches. They're the coolest watches I own. But you know, people kind of are like, man, why do you spend that much money on shoes or watches? And it's just like I like it, you know.
Why not? If you have it, you know, and well, and people don't realize either. See, this is kind of the myth. Women, oh man, I'm about to get in trouble.
Oh boy.
Women have earrings, they have bracelets, they have necklaces, they have purses,
Yeah.
they have their fashion designed sunglasses, their hats, you know, their little
That is
summer
standard.
hats. Yeah. And that's like $6,000. They got a wedding ring that's like $1,000, $2,000.
Yep.
A guy shows up with his one piece of jewelry, his watch, and people mock him. They're like, "Oh, look at him! Thinks he's everything." It's like, all I have is one piece of jewelry I can wear, and it just happens to be, you know, a nice watch. But
Hey, I totally understand that. It's weird. Yeah.
yeah, there's watch people though. Like when you watch on YouTube, we're nothing compared to some. I mean, there's some $100,000 watches. You're like,
Oh my gosh, man, that is unreal.
yeah, I was. Well, I'm not going to say that. Let's just say we got to hang out with some movie stars, and some of them had some really cool watches.
Oh yeah, Cam's got a cool one too.
Does he?
Oh yeah,
What's he got?
you'll just have to see.
Really?
Yeah.
So
I'm going to guess.
Yeah, take a guess. What would Cam Allen have?
I mean, is he going to be like, oh, I got a Rolex, or is it a Rolex or not?
It's not a Rolex.
Be an Omega.
Okay, yeah, that's a good guess.
Am I wrong?
I'm not gonna tell you if you're right or wrong.
Is it? I bet he got an Omega
What's like the
Railmaster.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Yeah. If you had to take 3 guesses on what he had, what would the other 2 be?
Um,
They're all kind of
Tag maybe,
Okay, that's
maybe a
great
tag.
guess.
Because I mean, if you're going to wear it on the road, a tag would be a good watch. Because if you bang it up, you're not going to be too angry. Grand Seiko.
Okay, yeah, hey, those are three great guesses,
I
man.
didn't get it, did I?
You did not.
Tudor.
Hey, there we go. Yeah,
Is that what it was? The
Yeah.
Tudor. That was my. I was at that or Grand Seiko. Probably a Tudor.
yeah. Our management loves watches.
Really?
So like they have some of the coolest watches I've seen. They have a really good collection.
I've always wanted a Tudor. I've always wanted the bronze one or the root beer.
Root beer. Yep.
That root beer. Is that what he has?
No, he has more of like a Pepsi bezel type deal.
Well, that's almost the root beer. Yeah, I mean it's the same thing except it's red and blue and not the darker red. Is it rose gold or?
No, it's like man. I'll pull up a picture.
Well, I'll see it when he comes.
Yeah. You'll see it when he comes. I'll
Yeah.
definitely make sure he brings it out. I haven't looked at it in a while, so
Wow,
I kind of forgot.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah.
That's really cool.
Well, I think you coming here today was awesome. You're going to come back, right?
Absolutely.
When you come back through, we'll
Yeah.
we'll do it again. I just want to say thank you because what Eric's done, and you see him on the stage with the country singers and the rock stars and all of that, but he spends time and he goes to the Life Church and he plays at the Life Church. And he actually spent time when I was a youth pastor, and he came and was part of the youth worship band and did really good work for God's kingdom. So when you see Eric, not only does he do things in the secular world and he's doing great things, he does kingdom work as well. And you can't be any prouder than somebody. Eric, you're one of the youth that I'm going to watch for the rest of my life. You become a friend. You started off as a little kind of, stop flirting with the girls all the time during youth. Now you're one of my friends and value you very much. But I just want to say thank you for being here today.
Hey man, I appreciate that a ton.
If you have anything else you want to talk about, I'm down.
Absolutely, yeah.
What do you
Actually,
wanna talk?
I got some questions for you too, but I want to go back to everything you just said, man. I appreciate it. My time
Mhm.
with you at Emmanuel was an absolute blast, man. Those were great times, and it definitely led me more to Christ, and honestly, if it wasn't for Emmanuel and what I learned there, I probably wouldn't even be at Life Church right now. So,
Well, your dad, he's like leading a small group now, isn't he, or something?
man, he is so involved with Life Church, dude. Yeah, I don't even know everything he does now because he does so much up there that like he leaves out details at home because there's just so much to talk about.
All right. I'm going to share what this is. It doesn't matter because it's been so long, so I really don't care. But I think it's hilarious is that when I was asked to resign, it was because I had a beer with somebody in a bar and talked about Jesus. That person was your dad.
Yeah.
And look at him now. So the people who threw me out and thought that was a bad idea, he is now working for Life Church, leading small groups. That beer was worth every single drink.
Yeah.
And I love your dad. Your dad's always been really cool. It's such a loyal guy. Yeah, you're lucky.
Absolutely, and my mom's doing great too.
Is she?
Yeah, yep. So she'll come out to church once in a while. So with either my dad or I, it's kind of weird how like him and I are at two different campuses.
Oh, really? Oh, you play at one and he goes to another?
Yeah.
Does he run sound or something, or he does? Yeah.
But I'm actually visiting him this Sunday.
Really?
So that'd be nice.
So you had questions for me, or were you kidding?
No, I actually do, man. I want to ask you if you had your 3 watches that you can have and like sell the rest or give away the rest, whatever, to me. Which 3 watches would you keep, man? Like, what are your go-tos?
Out of what I have?
Yes, out of what you have.
My Christopher Ward bronze. It's London watchmaker. Love it. It fits perfect. The Omega Seamaster, to me, is the best watch I think ever made. Like, I always thought that.
Yeah.
Before I started collecting, I thought that's the best watch I think ever made. And then, I have I do have a Rolex, but I don't wear it nearly as much as the others. I don't know. That's kind of like everybody's just like, you got a Rolex, you know? Like,
They are super popular in the music industry.
Yeah,
It's kind of like the industry standard. If you buy a nice watch, it's a
Right.
Rolex.
well, I would prefer Patek over a Rolex.
Yeah. Me too, man. Me too.
Or an eight.
I prefer AP over a Rolex.
Yeah, might have to sell a couple Rolexes for those.
Yeah.
Those are so expensive, man.
Are they? I don't even know what they cost.
Oh my gosh! I just looked up AP.
I'll look it up right now. Let me see how much one of those costs. Let's see. And see, people, I'm not rich, okay? I know what you're thinking. I'm not a rich pastor, okay? What happens, I trade, and you trade up. And you start off with a little citizen, and you slowly continue to trade, and over the years, yeah, I don't think I can get an AP.
It's probably like 250, 150.
Well, for the Royal Oak, $45,000,
Oh wow.
For the
Yeah.
Patek.
$110,000.
That's what I was thinking. Is the Patek?
Oh,
They do have this Royal Oak that's iced out for $1,170,000.
Like iced out watch.
Not at all. I think they're ugly.
There was this guy on YouTube. Forgot his name, but man, he always gives like the most crap to rappers. He does like these reaction videos.
Of their ugly watches.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he'll just, or like if they're fake, he'll call them out for it. And he has like the biggest hatred towards the iced out watches.
They're ugly.
Yeah.
I just think they're ugly. It's almost like it's a female watch. Why are you wearing like full of diamonds? It's just, ugh. And I just think they're ugly. I like the simple, okay, the Omega Speedmaster. That's one that I think I would like to have someday. Like the Moon Watch, the real one, not the smaller version, but the real 42 millimeter Moon Watch. I think it's 42. That's one that I would really like. I think it's very simple, clean. I think it's the second best looking watch ever. Like the best for me, literally, is the Seamaster with the wave dial in the back. It changes colors wherever you are. They'll turn blue, black, light blue. So it's kind of like, it's really cool. And then, so like right here, you can take this and you see it kind of it'll look like one color. And then when you start to turn it, it kind of goes black and it's blue and it's like a light blue. I love it. But then I think the Speedmaster, the Omega Speed, man, I just realized I'm an Omega fan. Omega should give me watches to promote on this podcast because I'm doing it right now.
Man.
Yeah.
And then they're not even paying me. So Omega, I need a Speedmaster.
Yeah, let's get it, Omega. And then there's a guitar player who loves your watches too. So
Yeah.
Omega, hook me up.
There you go.
You have Eric as your best sponsor, playing with all these country. We get all these country people to get off their tutors and onto the Omega. Before we leave, I'm going to do something. It's if you're okay with it, I have a guitar that I was going to have you sign, and you're going to be the first person to sign it.
Okay.
And every musician that comes in that plays, I was going to have them sign. Do you mind doing that?
Let's do that.
Actually, do you mind shredding your guitar before we do that?
Oh, shredding? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but let me grab it. I
Oh,
don't have an amp. So.
Well, we don't have an amp, but that's okay. You'll still probably be able to pick it up.
Let's see if I even have a pick. I like to play with my fingers sometimes, but hey, Jazz 3. It's the way to go.
Jazz 3 pick.
Jazz 3 pick. Yep. Sponsor me, Dunlop. All right. Do you have a song you'd like to hear?
What about Lonely Boy?
Bye.
Black Keys.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to remember how that one goes. Man. You know what? Okay, here's the thing. I'll play my first riff I ever learned.
Okay.
Here we go. Here's a solo.
Awesome. Are You Mine?
Yep.
Yep.
I thought that was the coolest song, man. And
The other one, I
Tighten
bet
Up.
you look good on the dance
oh
floor.
yeah. Man, what a great band, and they're actually a really good band. Like if you're a guitar player starting out, because they do a lot of power chords, like Green Day, Nirvana, all those bands, dude. That's usually one of the first types of chords you learn.
That was Green Day.
Yep. Yeah, man, power chords are the way to go, man. And Arctic Monkeys is one of those bands that uses a lot of those. So, not sure if you can hear this, but Van Halen, one of my first influences, man. There's a song called "Hot for Teacher."
Yeah.
You heard that one, dude? It's got this Happen intro. So tough. It took me months to get it down, man. Like literally, and I still don't have it down. At least not nearly as good as Van Halen. But that's
Actually, you're selling it right now. You're just adding to what Van Halen already done.
Oh.
There was no mistake there. That was purposely done, ladies and gentlemen.
What about some of the country you got going?
Oh man. Man, I actually know more country licks than I know actual songs. I need to do better about learning country songs.
Certainly when you're playing for every one of their bands right now.
Yeah, good old country. You ever heard of Sturgill Simpson? Dude, Sturgill Simpson's one of my favorites right now.
Is it country?
Yeah, it's like new country, but it sounds old. He's got this song called Long White Line. Sounds like straight out of the 50s.
Well, I see him, and I'm just looking at him. I'm gonna like him.
Yeah.
I'll go through. I'll listen to this.
You're gonna love it, man. Long White Line, great song. I'll listen to that one first. But that's a guy that I've always wanted to catch a live show of. Yeah. But yeah.
We'll just ask him now to not catch one, but play a live show with him. But you just got to make it happen, man. That's what you do. Like you just got to just go in and make it happen. Your favorite band of all time, wasn't it Creed?
Creed. You know what? Funny thing about that, dude. I actually, you're not gonna believe this. I heard my first Creed song like 8 months ago.
Oh, for real?
Literally, I think it was. I remember the month because that's all Cam would play in the band.
Oh, for real? He likes Creed.
Yes, and so like I'd always take videos in the van with like bandmates, like funny videos, and you'd always hear like Creed playing in the background. It was like I think it was right when they announced their reunion.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd never even heard anything by Creed until that point.
Creed, I think there's two bands that I think that skyrocketed to the top, and I think because they were so good, people just didn't like them.
Mm-hmm.
Creed was one, and I think Nickelback was the other.
Yeah. Some Photograph.
Yeah.
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 What was the other one they did? This is how you remind me.
Oh yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
That one played like 500 times on the radio, and you're like, ugh.
Dude, the one song I actually really liked from Nickelback is that. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, not for my son though. Yeah, actually, you know what my son likes is crazy.
What?
Is I did not expect this at all. I think it's because he works out in the gym and they play a lot. He's like, he likes AC/DC.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude,
I'm like,
that's good.
Thunderstruck, you know?
Oh, yeah.
He just like jams out to it. You know, he drives now.
Man, that is crazy to think. I remember when I first met him at youth group. You know, he'd
Yeah.
always come up with you, and he's grown up so much.
He's big. He's like 6'1".
Wow.
Is he 6'1" yet or 6 foot?
He's still 6 foot.
Still 6 foot. Almost. He's getting there.
Every time I see him, man, he's just like a foot taller, man. It's crazy.
It's like he got my genes, you know. Tall, dark, and handsome. I'm actually, if you guys don't know, I do fool people a lot. I'm not gonna lie. People see me on stage or they'll see me on video and they think I'm like really tall. They think I'm taller than what I am.
Yeah.
And then they meet me and they're like, "Oh, didn't think you were this short."
Right.
You know. And then you see my son.
Yeah.
He's-
That's
fun. That's so fun.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, you got to sign that thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Look at that. Okay, so
The first one to sign the guitar, which I don't even know if it's really a good guitar, but it's going to be awesome because it's going to have hundreds of signatures on it by the time it's over.
You said it wasn't in tune. It is in tune.
play country song.
I just gotta fix that.
Oh,
Right.
really? Oh, let's play a little bit more. Let's shout out.
Let's do this is a Cam Allen song called Carolina Reaper.
Go for it.
That's probably my favorite one to play, actually.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's a fun
Yeah.
one. That's usually the one that we start out on. It's our first song. So
That's the first one on the album too, I think.
yeah, yep.
Uh,
Let's see here. Let's start right here.
look at that. The great Eric Layton.
Here we go.
Beautiful,
There it
dude.
is.
I love it.
Appreciate you
Love it.
allowing me to sign this beautiful guitar. This is actually a great one, man. I would just make some good stuff. Is this yours?
Yeah, I mean, I'll show you how to play sometime.
Yeah, I would love a lesson, man.
Yeah, I'll
Seriously.
get you as
I got what it was, the ukulele. I'm still just trying to figure that out.
Dude, that's a fun instrument, man. The uke. Oh man, you're actually gonna inspire me to pick one up.
Yeah, maybe you can come teach me sometime. But we better go. We're gonna run out of time. I'm gonna have you back.
Heck
We'll do
yeah.
like a part 2. Is that cool?
Yeah, that sounds good. Maybe we can even have another special guest, man.
Yeah. Oh, I'll get on the bus with you. I'll bring the equipment.
Yeah,
You just got to tell me when. and we'll do it. All right. Well, thanks for being here.
Appreciate you having
You got
me.
any last words for everybody?
Oh man,
Where are you playing anytime in the next couple of weeks?
yeah, I'm in Fort Worth Friday with Cam, and then Wichita Falls Saturday, and our next hometown show, not hometown, but hometown for them, not for me. We're playing the Criterion April 24th with Corey Kent,
Cool.
and that's gonna be a really fun show. Those Corey Kent guys are pretty dang good, so we're gonna have to up our game.
You guys need to go out there and watch Eric play. Incredible.
All right,
Thanks
man.
again.
Appreciate you having me.